Nigerian businessman and nightlife mogul Obi Cubana has arrived in China with his friends, and the internet is buzzing. But it's not just about the trip. Social media users are connecting this visit to recent drama involving controversial critic VeryDarkMan. The question on everyone's lips: are these the men VDM wants to fight? Let's break down the full story. On Sunday, October 26, Obi Cubana took to his official Instagram page to announce his arrival in China. He shared a heartwarming video of himself alongside his friends and some Chinese individuals. The clip showed the businessman and his crew taking a tour of a food section, preparing to enjoy what he described as a sumptuous meal. In his caption, Obi Cubana wrote, "Everyone is in China. My guys are here. Wonderful." While he did not explicitly state the reason for his trip, it's widely believed to be business related. Obi Cubana and his circle of friends are known for their business dealings, particularly in importation and international trade. The timing of this China trip is particularly interesting, given the recent social media drama surrounding VeryDarkMan's own visit to China. For context, VeryDarkMan, the popular social media critic, recently traveled to China in what he claimed was a mission to help Nigerians access cheaper goods and expose price manipulation by middlemen. His trip was sponsored by a Chinese businessman known as China Ross, who reportedly spent $15,000 on the visit. However, things took a dramatic turn when VDM fell out with China Ross. The critic released a video distancing himself from the businessman and urging anyone engaging in business with China Ross to do so at their own risk. China Ross in turn released videos and chat evidence suggesting that VDM had been ungrateful and had ruined opportunities for both of them to recover investments made in the trip. Now, with Obi Cubana and his high-profile friends landing in China for what appears to be serious business, Nigerians are drawing comparisons between the two approaches. The reactions to Obi Cubana's China trip have been nothing short of explosive, with many taking subtle and not so subtle jabs at VeryDarkMan. One user commented, "People will get China for business don't land. Ibo Amaka." This statement suggests that real business people have now arrived in China, as opposed to those who went for clout. Another person wrote, "All of us they go there to go crash price of goods. I they come next week." This comment reflects the excitement about legitimate business opportunities in China. One commenter stated plainly, "Great. China is for business, not for clout chasing." This was a clear dig at VDM's controversial trip. A supporter of Obi Cubana praised him, saying, "A billionaire moves differently. His ways of approach to the tiniest of things speaks class and opulence. Everything speaks abundance. More grace, sir. Keep breaking more grounds and giving hope to the future generations." But perhaps the most pointed comment came from a user who wrote, "Are these the men VDM wants to fight? He can never get anywhere near these people. These people have been doing this for years. It's no exaggeration to talk about the kind of people they would meet in China to discuss business. VDM would never get the chance to meet them. He should stop trying to fight those Igbo men." This comment highlights the perceived class and experience difference between VDM's approach and the established business networks of people like Obi Cubana. Another user took a more direct shot at VDM, writing, "At VeryDarkMan no fit buy these things unless they dash am. Now you really go China." This suggests that VDM cannot afford to do business on the level of these established businessmen. One commenter issued a warning to VDM, saying, "I help say that black man with a shout alright, so they see doings without cho. This implies that real business is done quietly, not with loud social media announcements." Not everyone was focused on the VDM comparison though. Some people simply defended the critic from what they saw as unfair attacks. One user wrote, "Una leave VDM alone. If you people don't appreciate him for all he's doing, please leave him alone." However, this sentiment was in the minority, as most comments focused on contrasting Obi Cubana's approach with VDM's recent China saga. The contrast between Obi Cubana's trip and VeryDarkMan's experience could not be more stark. Obi Cubana arrived with his established network of business friends. These are people who have been importing goods from China for years and have solid relationships with manufacturers and suppliers. VDM, on the other hand, went to China as a sponsored guest of a single businessman, China Ross, with the stated intention of exposing price manipulation and helping ordinary Nigerians. Obi Cubana's trip appears to be purely business focused, with no social media drama or public controversies. VDM's trip, by contrast, ended in a messy public fallout with his sponsor. The businessman's approach is quiet, professional, and backed by years of experience. The critics' approach was loud, confrontational, and ultimately unsuccessful. This situation has reignited discussions about VDM's approach to activism and his relationship with established business people. Earlier this year, there were rumors that VDM had been bounced from Obi Cubana's lavish 50th birthday party in Abuja. Media personality Radio Guard claimed that VDM attempted to gate-crash the event but was turned away at the entrance. VDM denied these claims, stating that his detractors were waiting for his downfall and making up stories without evidence. Additionally, VDM has had public disagreements with other celebrities and business people, including Iyabo Ojo and Polo Okoye, which led Obi Cubana to weigh in on social media at the time. There have also been past tensions where VDM called out various wealthy Nigerians, including some in Obi Cubana's circle, over their sources of wealth and lifestyle displays. All of this history adds context to why Nigerians are now questioning whether VDM is fighting battles it cannot win against established businessmen like Obi Cubana and his friends. The underlying message from many of the reactions is clear. There are levels to business and wealth creation. Obi Cubana and his friends represent years of relationship building, legitimate business operations, and established networks in international trade. VDM, despite his large following and influence, is still seen by many as an outsider looking in, someone who can make noise on social media but lacks the resources, connections, and experience to operate at the level of these businessmen. The question remains, is VDM truly trying to fight to expose these established businessmen, or is he simply advocating for transparency and fair pricing for ordinary Nigerians? His supporters would argue the latter. His critics would say he's out of his depth and should focus on issues where he can actually make a difference. Obi Cubana's China trip, whether intentionally or not, has become a subtle statement about the difference between real business and social media activism. While VDM continues to face criticism over how his China trip ended, Obi Cubana and his friends are quietly conducting business, building relationships, and expanding their empires. The reactions to Obi Cubana's trip suggest that many Nigerians respect the quiet, professional approach to business over loud, confrontational activism, especially when that activism ends in public embarrassment. As the dust settles on this latest social media drama, one thing is certain: the conversation about wealth, business legitimacy, and the role of social media activism in Nigeria is far from over. Will VDM learn from this experience and adjust his approach, or will he continue to take on battles that his critics say he cannot win? Only time will tell. But for now, Obi Cubana and his friends are in China doing business the old-fashioned way, with established connections, professional conduct, and no social media drama. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more updates on Nigerian entertainment and business news. Thanks for watching RNN TV. I am Esther Olateju.